Hi, and welcome back to the channel on the college process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over why your safety school rejected you. But before we start, if you are new to the channel and are looking for additional college content, please hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. As well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as if you have any comments or questions throughout today's video, please leave them down below in the comment section. I do answer all your comments and questions down below. As well as once again for the 21-22 school year, we are running the James Russo Memorial Scholarship this year. Once again for the seniors out there for the 21-22 academic year, if you want to be eligible for the James Russo Memorial Scholarship, very simple. I have a link down below in the description to the video, which gives you guys instructions of how to apply to the scholarship for seniors this year, 21-22, and for everyone else watching, how you guys can help us increase the scholarship money for this year's senior class. As well as also in the description down below is our Buy Us a Coffee and organization's Venmo if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. And all that being said, let's jump right into today's video, why your safety school rejected you. Now for those watching the video, if you are a senior student, these reasons I'm about to go over will hopefully allow you to realize why you rejected from the college or colleges that you believe were easy ins, basically your safety part of your application pool. And of course for the junior families and those younger or under the junior year, let's call it for high school, this will give you guys some insight when you guys are putting together your college list of how to properly choose a safety school on your list when you're putting together your safety, target, and reach colleges for your college applications when you guys start the admissions process. I'm going to start off by giving you guys basically the 5 reasons very likely why you were rejected from a safety school. Now right off the bat, you guys chose a program within a safety school that was very difficult, if near not impossible to get into. And let me explain what I mean by that. As an example here in the state of New Jersey, Rutgers University is seen by a lot of state students here as a target or safety school for them to get into. However, if you apply to Rutgers UMD program, basically their pre-med program essentially, then you made it 10 times harder for you to get accepted to. Or if you applied to the Seton Hall's pre-med program, same situation, you made it 10 times harder. Or Drexel's pre-med program, so on and so forth. I can go on and on with different pre-med programs. If you go into very unique specific programs within different colleges, you are making it in some cases very difficult, near not impossible to get into these programs. And of course, we can also talk about other schools like Quinnipiac in Connecticut for their physical therapy program, as well as schools like Indiana, University of Indiana, their Kelley Business School. These are other schools that students deem fairly simple or target-ish kind of schools looking at, or safety schools looking at. But once you throw in the specific programs, you make it that much harder. In fact, these things don't just happen. The safety school list, if you're looking to put a school list together, these also happen for the target and reach colleges as well. Like if you're looking at NYU, but you're looking to go for film or dance or theater, then technically you're making it more difficult because you must be first accepted to NYU University. Then they must have accepted to your program. So you basically have to go through 2 different levels of acceptance. And by the way, NYU received 100,000 plus applications this year. Now, second reason you were very likely denied from your safety school is because academically you're too strong. Now, you might be thinking, if I'm too strong academically on paper, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be insane that I wasn't accepted to my safety school because I was too smart. Now, for some colleges, if you just do regular application pool and you're way overqualified for the college, let's call it, from an academic point of view, a lot of strong rigor to your schedule, high classes, honors, AP, IB track type scenario, higher SAT averages, way higher than the accepted median number is for that school as well. So you look very good on paper, let's call it. What will happen is some of these colleges, your safety schools, some cases even your target schools, will reject you because of the fact they don't want to be your fallback. It's kind of the way to look at it. If you look at your application and you applied, let's say, and you apply just regular pool, then they're going to look at you as basically just using this as a safety school option here, just in case they don't get anywhere else. So that's another thing to kind of consider in the back of your mind. If you do have a safety school that you're really interested in, more along the lines as maybe one of your top 2 or 3 choices, maybe not your number 1, but definitely up there in your chart, the schools you want to go to, you got to do at least early action. If not, in some cases, even consider early decision. I'm not saying you have to do early decision, but something to consider, and you definitely got to do early action if they offer it. Now let's talk about the third reason more likely you're rejected from your safety school. You guys applied late. What I mean by late is I don't mean you missed the deadline. What I mean by late is you basically applied like the week before the application deadline was due. Now you have to think about it from this perspective. Colleges this year and last year and the year before are receiving record numbers of applications. UCLA itself received 150,000 applications. So colleges, all of them basically, are getting record numbers. So why wait to the last possible minute to send your application in? It does not look good. Why would I want my application to be at the bottom end of a pile of 100,000 applicants even if it's for a safety school consideration. You want to get your applications in as early as possible. Typically, if you can, get them in September. If not in September, at least the first or second week of October. You don't want to wait till about a week before, a couple of days before you have your application going in, because it doesn't look good. It's showing the school yourself that basically maybe more likely you are my last chance option, my last choice, my last application I'm sending out, because everyone else was so much more important to you. That's what you're really doing by sending your application the week before or 2 weeks before. You want to send in everything as early as possible, because if you're at the bottom end of the pile, it's very likely you're going to get rejected. And now number 4, you showed no demonstrated interest. You didn't do any tours, no Facebook likes, no requests for admissions interviews or alumni interviews. You didn't do any Zoom meetings. You didn't even attend the meeting that they had at your high school when the rep comes there to talk to you guys for about half an hour, You guys didn't do anything. In this case scenario, what you're really doing is what you're really showing the safety school is you guys are at the bottom end of my list and I really don't care if I get in or not. That's typically what you're doing here if you show no demonstrated interest. At least if the rep is going there, at least meet with the rep for half an hour. Or if they're doing a Zoom meeting or an open house or a college fair that you're already there, just go to the booth, talk to them for 5 minutes, get their card, write your name on their application stuff there, so they have you showing some kind of interest here. You have to realize colleges across the board are showing record numbers of applications. If you want a safety school to consider you and you're wondering why you didn't get considered or got rejected, it's also very likely because of number 4, you didn't show any demonstrated interest whatsoever. And number 5, you told them their competition on the applications. This is where you made a mistake on the applications for admissions, by the way. Now, some colleges on the applications, the Common App, the Coalition, sometimes it's even their own applications, will have a section where they're going to ask you, what other colleges are you applying to? Now, the worst mistake you can possibly do here is telling Boston University you're applying to Boston College, telling Alabama you're applying to Auburn, telling Duke you're applying to Chapel Hill, telling Lafayette you're applying to Lehigh, telling University of Miami you're applying to Florida State, and I can go on and on and on, by the way, because there's so many of these different variations that you want to avoid. So you're probably wondering, well, what should we tell them if we don't want them looking at an application and thinking we're going to be going somewhere else? Very simple. Use a completely different list. You can tell them other schools that don't compete with them. Maybe a school that's outside the country. Maybe it's a school that's regionally nowhere near them. Just pick other schools. Do not pick schools they're specifically rivals against, because they're going to look at you and think, if the other school accepts something, we accept them, are they going to the other school? Anyways, these are the kind of things to kind of consider as you're going through this whole process, by the way. And those basically are the 5 reasons why very likely you were rejected. Now, if you have any questions or you have any concerns, obviously down below in the comment section, I answer all the questions you guys have down below in the comment section. Also, if you did like today's video, if you would leave us a like, it does help the channel. And also, if you guys are looking for additional scholarship assistance for the senior class this year, once again, we're running the James Russo Memorial Scholarship. If you're looking for senior money this year for 21-22 year for scholarship money, once again, in the description down below is the link. If you watch the link, it'll tell you guys how out there watching our videos, how to help us grow the scholarship amounts, as well as how to be eligible for the scholarships we're giving out this year. As well as also in the description down below, we also have the organization's Venmo, as well as our Buy Us a Coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these videos for you guys out there. And of course, with all that being said, if you do have any need for assistance in the entire process, on the screen now you see my cell phone number as well as our email here at the corporation. If you like to, you can either email me if you have questions or you need help with any of the financial aid or admission stuff, as well as that's my cell phone number. You can either call me on that cell phone number any time of the day, Monday through Sunday, or you can even send me a text message, which is actually the easiest way to get a hold of me is by sending me a text message. I do sit down with families. I do help out with the financial aid process as well as the admissions process. So if you need help, once again, on the screen is my email as well as my cell phone number. Just send me a text or send me an email or just give me a call. Either way, you guys can get a hold of me and I can help you guys out with whatever situation you need on the college front. And all that being said, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, I'm Ed Zamora from Principia Prep.